Jedediah, the time for your funeral is finally arrived.
Why, Bart Atkins, you could not have chosen a nicer day to depart from this here earth.
Now, Jed, I'm gonna give you two choices. One, admit you're nothing more than a no-good lying cheat and ride out of town. Or two, die right where you stand.
Ah, but if I were to say that I'm nothing more than a liar, how would people indeed know that I'm telling the truth when I say that I'm a liar?
Well, I don't rightly know.
Well, all right, Bart, I'm gonna give you three choices. One, you give me back that map you stole leads to Riley Boy's gold. Two, apologize for leaving my sister Bonnie at the altar, and after her, leaving my sister Charlotte, and after her, my sister Daisy. Or three, I feel you so full of lead right here now you'll find less holes than Swiss cheese.
You demand too much, Jed. I think we both know how this is gonna end.
That's how it's gotta be. That's how it's gotta be.
What is that?
It's my gun.
Why, I don't believe this.
What are you hollering on about?
Boy, you just brought a gun to a knife fight.
A knife fight?
Now, I've fought some strange vermin in my time, but none of them have ever gone and done something as stupid as this. Are you trying to get yourself killed, boy?
Now, I don't know what you're talking about. I clearly have the advantage.
Son, I don't think you realize how silly you look. This being a knife fight and all. Why, people are gonna start to think you're as crazy as a loon. Why, just by comparing you to a loon, I've gone and insulted the entire loon community.
Oh, but Bart, I don't want to have a knife fight. I rode all the way out here expecting to have a good old-fashioned gunfight, not play around with knives.
Well, excuse me, city boy. I didn't realize the big bad gunfighter was too high and mighty to participate in a meager knife fight to the death. But if it means that much to you, I suppose you could back out. I guess no one would blame you for being chicken.
Bart, the day I back out in fear of a knife fight is the day they quit saying the world is flat.
Jed, the world ain't flat. It's round.
Since when?
What do you mean, since when? It's always been round.
Bart, why do you always gotta go complicating things? Besides, if it were round, why ain't we falling off the edges?
And so you see, it's those same mole men with their magnets that keep our spurs planted firmly in the dirt. Why, that's why we learn to shoe our horses at such an early age.
That does make sense.
Well, all right then.
So like I was saying, the day I back out in fear of a knife fight is the day they quit saying the world is round.
Well, let's get on with it.
Bart, I didn't even bring a knife.
Well, today's your lucky day. I just so happen to have this fine knife right here, and I'd be willing to let it go for the low price of, say, $50.
$50?
Well, I would sell you this one for $100. I'd even throw in free delivery.
Oh, that's outrageous. I've spent less money on a horse. Or at least I would have if I hadn't always stolen my horses.
Now, Jed, I'd let you use this knife instead, but it isn't actually my knife. I'm just borrowing it. Now, I can only lend it to you if you promise to return it to my Aunt Agnes in Kentucky in the event of my death. Her house is the small shack in between a tree and a rock. You can't miss it.
I am not going all the way out to Kentucky just to return a knife to your aunt. I mean, can you just imagine the conversation? Here's your knife back, ma'am. By the way, I hope you don't mind, but I used it to stab your nephew in the face!
Now, don't be crazy, boy. The face would be a terrible place to aim for in a knife fight. While you'd have much better luck, perhaps aiming for the man's heart or one of his kidneys. But ultimately, it is up to you. Now, when you see my Aunt Agnes, be sure to tell her my family just loved the quilt she sent us last winter.
Oh, I'll just buy the $50 knife.
Now you're finally starting to speak some sense, boy. Should have bought delivery.
She got delivery.
Well, pardon me for saying this, but I'm afraid you're short $1. Well, slap my mama and call me a fool. I seem to have miscounted. I apparently owe you $2.
I'll just keep it.
No, I can't let you die with me owing you money. That just doesn't sit right.
Really, it's fine. Can we just begin now?
Well, suit yourself, boy.
Nabbit, Bart, what are you waiting for?
Well, it is my experience that the bad guy always draws first.
I know that. So why are you taking so long?
Well, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm wearing the white hat, making me the good guy, and you're wearing the dark hat, making you the bad guy.
I must say I am shocked. You sirs being racist against my hat.
I don't know why we're even talking about this. I am most clearly the good guy.
Oh, there are many words I would use to describe you, Bart Atkins, but good would not be one of them.
Now I take great pride in my goodness. While one time, I spent the entire day helping old ladies cross the street, and I only charged them $12 to do it.
Now you know I'm a better person than you. Why, on one occasion, instead of telling a visitor to treat my home as his home, I instead literally gave that man my home.
Now I'm such a good person, I once robbed a bank just to donate all the money to charity.
I'm such a good person that every time I do a holdup, I make sure I tell that man please and thank you while taking his money.
Well, I'm such a good person, I once killed a man for making fun of my boots, thus creating one less impolite person.
Well, I'm such a good person, I gave all my paintings to a blind kid just so he'd have something to do all day instead of sitting around being blind.
Well, seeing as how we both view ourselves as such outstanding citizens, why don't we flip a coin and let fate decide?
I suppose that's fine.
You lost.
Dang it.
Now, I didn't mean to shoot your brother. Charlotte, you always knew I liked you the most.
I'm Daisy.
Oh, well, how's Charlotte?